Hello everybody and welcome back to CBR MTG. I'm Nick Fennell, here is Sasha Siapars.
Hello.
And Angus McKay.
Hello.
And on camera we have Angus McKay.
Hello.
On Esper Stoneblade against Frank Karamudis on Reanimator Depths.
Yeah, this Reanimator Depths is a really interesting brew from Andrew Phillips. Took it to a team constructed from Star City Games, but he I think I'm almost positive that he made it as just a meta breaker. Like Reanimators running around like crazy, people they're stopping it the best they can with surgicals and that sort of thing, but they're definitely aware of it, and they're definitely aware of Turbo Depths, which I think is getting a lot of popularity as well. But when you jam them as hard as you can together, literally jam them as hard as you can together with no synergy at all, then the intention is that you hit your opponent from so many different angles that you
just overwhelm them and they just don't know what to do with themselves.
Exactly.
Just concede on the spot.
Yeah, I think this deck is spicy, but I don't know if it'll ever make sort of tier level, just because as soon as people realize that it's a thing, it won't be a thing anymore. It's a meta breaker. People will get excited about it, and then that'll be it.
It also I'll go over it now. It also plays a ridiculous sideboard. So it plays the 4 Leyline of the Void, Helm of Obedience, Deck Your Opponent sideboard.
Fun times.
So not only is it Reanimated Depths, it's like Reanimated Depths Mill.
Yeah.
Like Helm, Reanimated Helm Depths.
Well, I think
I don't know.
ideally
But you want to keep that tech, right?
Yeah, I think in that situation you would be siding out one of your win cons.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
For
You
sure.
don't want your 3 win cons in the
So you put Helm in like brackets.
Yeah, Helm in brackets.
In brackets. So
when really, if you're doing Helm, it should be at the forefront.
That's right.
And Angus, you're on Esper Stoneblade. So we've seen Esper Stoneblade before. It's pretty known deck in Legacy. It's been played since I think almost the beginning. It was real popular as Deathblade or Esper Stoneblade. You want to tell us what you're running?
Yeah, so this is a very aggressive start for me. I'll quickly run through it. It's essentially it was very popular for a little while, and then it kind of just faded away. And now that sort of Miracles is kind of dead, like some things are starting to come back up. So I really like this Stoneblade deck. It really sort of speaks to me because it has the straight aggro power of the Stoneforge Mystic and Batterskull and Jitte sort of package, but it also features like Force of Will and Counterspell and Swords to Plowshares, and it's just like hitting you as Frank's Reanimator Depths is trying to attack from every single angle. I'm essentially trying to protect from every single angle. So once you get your creature on the battlefield, and also before your creature gets on the battlefield. It seems that I'm leading off, as I said before, leading off fairly aggressively with the Ponder then going into straight up Wasteland. I think as soon as you see a Thespian stage come down,
You gotta get rid of that.
you can get rid of it, yeah.
And especially with him following up with the Dark Depths, that would
Yeah.
That's a great hand from Frank, by the way.
If he has an Urborg, does he have an Urborg?
He does not have an Urborg in hand, but
made it perfect.
Yeah, look, I think you can just... It is very unfortunate to have his first matchup of the night, sort of surprising everyone, but bringing it to a Wasteland Swords to Plowshares deck.
Yeah.
So,
You've definitely got some answers against either version of his combo, whether it be Reanimator or the Depths combo.
Yeah.
Correct.
And even in sideboards, Surgical hits both win cons. Once Depths is in the graveyard, especially with Wasteland, that's pretty easy.
I think the consideration, I mean, that's definitely true, with any sort of huge combo deck, is that Surgical Extraction just really gets them. But I think you're probably just happy with them taking one, surgicaling one thing and then following up with the other thing. So Surgical is not good enough anymore.
So was that Thoughtseize targeting himself or targeting you? Because I saw you forced it, so I'm unsure of...
He was targeting Angus.
He was targeting Angus?
But playing a lot of Reanimator myself, I found that conserving information is one of the best things that you can do, because even if my hand was dead after forcing that Thoughtseize, it means that he doesn't know that it's dead.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so...
If he knows the coast is clear, he's just going to go for it.
Absolutely.
But keeping him in the unknown is obviously going to be the best outcome for any Magic player, really.
Yeah, and he, just having a quick peek of his hand, he does have the all the pieces he needs to sort of go off with the Dark Ritual, Entomb, Exhume. However, that's just probably one spell too many that I want him to resolve. So I'm probably going to be pretty aggressive on that part. But even you're sort of seeing what I like about Stoneblade is that I'm stopping everything that he's doing, but I'm also starting to deploy my own must answer threats. You know, like Stoneforge needs to be beaten like very soon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's just going to bring down a Batterskull, and then game's hard to beat once a Batterskull comes down.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to get rid of, especially because you can just bounce it back to your hand.
Absolutely. We're seeing the Dark Ritual here. Me giving a good consideration of whether or not I'm going to let it resolve. I think here is like a good time to Force of Will, only because if he has 2 reanimation spells, like he does in his hand, he has enough to actually go exhume, so he could let one of the exhumes get countered and then go follow up with another one, which would have been fantastic for him. But sometimes the Entomb is just better to counter.
Yeah, I think so. I think keeping that creature out of the graveyard is probably better than trying to counter the reanimation of it, because it's still in the graveyard waiting for another reanimation spell.
And when you have such a high concentration, I'm not sure of the concentration of the Reanimator Depths package, but with Black-Red, it's 12 spells that you can use to get creatures out of the graveyard, which is much more than the 4 Entombs and the 4 Faithless Lootings. So
I think he plays 4 Entomb, 4 Exhume, and 3 Reanimate. So yeah, almost
much less.
Which, when you have 2 decks jammed together, is kind of understandable.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're seeing the Batterskull come down at the end of his turn, and a
mild earthquake.
Yeah, mild earthquake. I must apologize to our viewers. I brought my 6-year-old child along, and when you tell him not to do something, it's all he wants to do in the world is just do the thing. So luckily I caught it quickly and fixed up that camera, but let's keep him off the battlefield.
Then you could have quit the Batterskull.
He was not cast. He was not cast.
That's true. So I have a Swords to Plowshares, and I think I have a Painful Truths in my hand as well. Something that's, from what I've seen, relatively unique to some most Legacy decks is the Painful Truths and Toxic Deluge main. It's
really good in Esper decks.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
Especially in a deck where
color,
especially in a deck with Batterskull.
Exactly. And Jet games you a little bit of life as well. Not that it's ever really useful, but
Batterskull is just the best at doing such things.
For sure. So
and Gurmag Angler, it's kind of sealing the deal at this point, really. Yeah,
it's going to be really hard for Frank to come back from here, especially if even if I have one answer in hand, it's going to be just so difficult for him, because now I've got the 5/5 and the 4/4 with lifelink. So I mean, he's gonna maybe play it nice and slow, wait to get another Thoughtseize in hand, and then try and go off again. But if I have anything to do with it, I'm gonna stop that from happening.
I mean, you've got 11 damage on board if you attack with everything, so it's kind of putting him on a clock.
Oh yeah.
And a clock that he doesn't look like he can answer. I can't see his hand, but it doesn't seem great at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he can start trying to remove those counters manually if he feels like it.
He has a
dark depths, but
he plays a very spicy card. I don't think it's in his hand. I thought I saw it was a Beseech the Queen.
Yeah.
It's a black or 2/2/2. And it's a sorcery where you can search your library for a card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control. Reveal it and put it into your hand. So actually, pretty cool thing for a mono black deck to have, especially with the Urborgs. You can kind of get anything in your deck with that card, Well,
at the moment it gets a Hex Mage and it gets a Thespian Stage, so...
Oh yeah.
Those are the 2 things you want.
That's the 2 things you want, but even going the other way, it's versatile enough that you can get an Entomb or Exhume.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, unfortunately we might not see it in this game because it looks like it's pretty tied up.
Yeah. I don't think there's much...
He is manually removing those counters.
He's doing it.
Look at that.
He'll get there eventually.
And he just drew another depths from what I can see, which isn't great.
Just not really revealing the sort of correct draws. With the Reanimator package, you just have absolute redundancy, so you can kind of be okay with top decking. Yeah, exactly, because as long as you've got a creature in the graveyard, you're kind of fine.
Yeah, so that'll wrap up the first game. That seemed like a pretty easy win from yourself. Just being able to counter everything he does, but being able to deploy threats at the same time is just it's great, and it's pretty much how you want to be playing the deck.
Yeah. It's very lucky that I stole game 1 because I have a notoriously bad game 1 matchup against most combo decks. So it was fantastic. I felt very confident after that, possibly because of the draws that Frank was having, but also kind of shows off the was not real. Like, what was happening with his deck was just not 100% great. You know, it was half of two combos, which is not what you ever want.
Yeah.
So
it'd be interesting to see what Frank boards in here, whether he will board in that helm. He's kind of putting it to the front. He's considering it. He's definitely considering it.
Just as the extra hit you from all these different angles. I think the
Angus is showing us his board, I believe, but we can't see it. We can only see glare.
I snap bring in my quote unquote combo package, which is just take out 9 threats and bring in 3 duresses, 3 surgical extractions, and 3 spell pierce.
Which seems fine, yeah.
It seems fine.
It's fine. We had mentioned that perhaps it was taking out too many threats.
Yeah, I think we've been able to see what Angus has sideboarded and taken out of his deck, and it just seems a bit light.
It seems like you're taking out all your win cons.
Yeah, basically. Like he's leaving too little in, whereas seeing as in the first game, that whole thing of stopping Frank from doing what he can and being able to deploy threats seemed like a really good move. So you would want to kind of stick to that and make up the balance there, I guess. But I mean, I'm not a Stoneblade player, nor am I a Reanimator player. So I'm not really 100% sure. But I think it doesn't seem all too correct.
It's completely reasonable opinion to have. The Stoneblade is actually relatively light on answers. It's more about just having the nut and also being very aggressive. But it runs 4 Force of Wills, 1 counterspell, and then there's the Deluge, 4 Swords to Plowshares, and that's about it.
2 Fatal Push as well, I think.
2 Fatal Push as well.
They do
so there was
nothing against this deck, really.
There was some snap takeouts, like the Toxic Deluge and the 2 Fatal Pushes, as you mentioned before. But then I did take out a bunch. I took out 2 Gurmag Anglers, a Stoneforge Mystic, a Jace the Mind Sculptor, and 2 True Name Nemesis.
I think that's, out of all the sideboarding that you did, I think taking out the True Names is probably the only incorrect card you took out. I mean, you could have probably kept in that Stoneforge as well, but being able to have a True Name and having, say, a Batterskull equipped to it or a Jet equipped to it, it has protection from Frank.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much he has in his board that he can deal with that as well as dealing with your counter package as well.
And especially when he has less spells to reanimate stuff, making his reanimates way worse is really good. Just being super aggressive, lay down your threats super early and just beat them down. Yeah,
there's not a whole lot of lists that have just one creature removal, like spot removal in Reanimator. It's mostly like you either wipe it, which a lot of people play Massacre and stuff like that, the 4 mana sorcery speed. However, if your opponent controls a plains and you control Swamp, you may cast it for free. All creatures get -2/-2. It's stuff like that they want to play, but the spot removal is not really what I care about anyway. So if I'm getting sweeped, I'm getting sweeped. But my sort of opinion, what I was thinking about in that aspect is that if I can just stop him from doing anything and making him completely anemic, then I can play 1 Jace, or I can play 1 Stoneforge Mystic and get a Batterskull or something like that. You know, it's not ideal. It's not threat heavy at all. It definitely gives him more time, but with the combination of hand disruption and counter magic and stuff that kills stuff once it's on the battlefield, and also obviously the surgical extraction, the graveyard hate, hopefully that'll be answering from so many angles that threats won't be too much of an issue. So we'll see there. I think Frank and I Frank discussed it with me and said that he wouldn't bring the Helm of Obedience Leyline combo in, which is probably fine.
Yeah, I don't think that's very good against you.
I think it'd just get straight up countered and it'd be dead.
Yeah.
It'd be a dead meme.
So Frank's hand is a bunch of lands and a Elvish Norn, a Reanimate, and a Thoughtseize. So we were discussing not doing the turn 1 Thoughtseize. It was it's awful for him right now because I'm just about to turn 1 Duress him, but you see his hand, it's Urborg, Dark Depths, Reanimate, Thoughtseize, Elvish Norn.
Why didn't he go for the turn 1 Thoughtseize? Like,
He could be saving it for the Elishnorn.
I mean, I guess, but
I'd rather just snap it off against
I think so.
The only... first of all, probably wouldn't keep this hand. It seems... It kind of sucks. Like, I don't know. The only thing is that, like, now he has, again, 2 halves of a combo, you know?
Yeah.
So he's got almost all of the Dark Depths combo and almost all of the things. So all he needed was that Thoughtseize, but I think saving the Thoughtseize just in case you get another one so you can Thoughtseize your opponent, then Thoughtseize yourself, get the Elishnorn on the bin, then go for it, like, it's probably fine, but...
I don't know, I'm unsure. I think the turn 1 Thoughtseize, especially against you knowing what you play, is probably the better thing to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you were saying, he's got two halves. Two halves?
Yeah.
2 halves of two
different combos.
Two different combos. That's the issue with this deck, I guess, is that it doesn't necessarily offer you a
They're
win
not synergistic
straight
combos.
away.
Yeah.
They don't really play off of each other either. They're just 2 very quite separate combos.
I mean, we're looking at it now. I got the nut draw of the Vampire Hexmage, whereas we can make a Maritage any time now, which is good. And I guess we can say that it's so synergistic, and he had 2 halves of the combo that he only needed to get 1 half to be okay. So he's kind of come back now, and he's in a very good position, especially with me swinging him with this Baleful Strix. I did have the swords in my hand.
I think you might have accidentally shown Frank.
It's quite possible, but I think even if I didn't, I probably shouldn't have swung with the Strix to make him think
It
that
makes
it
it
was
super
okay.
obvious that you do have a swords.
Yeah, exactly. Because like he can make a 20/20 now.
He can gain 20 life now.
Yeah,
It's a thing he can definitely do.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's swinging for 2. So the clock is on. What are we playing? Okay, so we have exactly.
So an unmask
mana.
is fine. That's what he wants. He wants to make you discard that sword.
This is totally fine. I'd snap this up. I would even. I mean, I guess it's like the correct time to do it. You'd probably do it as soon as possible, but I'm trying to conserve my information as much as possible, so I'm just going to Thoughtseize this immediately.
Also, you don't want to lose that force. You don't want to lose that sword Splashers.
Yep.
So yeah, I think a force is fine here. You want to keep that swords in hand. You don't want him to know. And you've just drawn a wasteland. So that's fine, right? We're all good.
We're pretty good. My hand actually sucked at that point. It had a Painful Truth and a Swords to Plowshares, but he didn't know that. Now it kind of doesn't.
But a swords is fine. Like playing against Turbo Depths a lot, at least it taught me that having a swords to Plowshare is good. It's a good move.
Even getting them to gain 20 life, like, just kind of sucks.
Okay, so this seems incorrect.
Yeah, this is a bad play.
Snapping off that wasteland.
We both not really dealing with this interaction as much as I'd like to admit. I thought that I should just do it as soon as possible. I've got the swords, it'll be fine. But really, if you have a wasteland down, they can't do anything about it.
No, they can't.
You either play 2 Hex Mages or you play a Pithing Needle or something like that, but like, I didn't have to do anything. I think I was just like eager to pump off this force of the Swords to Plowshares as fast as possible.
Yeah, you can definitely wait. So you can wait until he activates his Hex Mage, and then in response Wasteland the depths, and that loses him both a land and a Hex Mage.
Yeah.
Now he gets you Baleful Strix.
This is a funny play.
That's hilarious that he reanimated your Baleful Strix.
You got like nothing in hand, right?
Yeah.
He's still got that Elishnorn.
Yeah.
You drew a land. So.
You drew a land, so like, why not get a 1/1? I think he's feeling pretty good now. Like, he only has to watch out for Swords to Plowshares, but like, I think at this point he kind of knows that it's in my hand, so they were just going through the motions at this point. Who knows, might be able to hit him from another point. But yeah, swinging him for 21 here with the blue Dragon Ball Z promo and the Baleful Strix. Yeah,
it's a good promo.
Yeah, 2020 Dragon Ball Z is pretty good.
Yeah, that's right. The old 2020 Dragon Ball Z.
Super Saiyan Merit Mage.
Okay, we're seeing the Hex Mage come back. I guess there's a little bit of synergy. Look, that's the most synergy we've seen today. Now we're back online. So
and the swords is gone for all he knows.
Yeah.
And then you draw another Wasteland.
Yeah, that's
just like top decking for life.
There's not even 4 wastelands in here. There's only 3 wastelands in
really?
the deck. Yeah, so it's just so lucky.
It's better lucky than good.
Oh yeah. That's my
Every day.
mantra. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna snap this off because he doesn't realize the interaction either. So I guess we're We both made a little bit of a misplay, but
worked out for you better.
it worked out for exactly.
It worked out for him the first time, and now it's worked out for you. So you know, you win some, you lose some. That's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Frank's hand all lands and an Elishnorn?
Well,
it seems that way.
Yeah, he has something in his hand, but I definitely remember there's an Elishnorn in there from when I dressed him ages ago and still haven't seen it leave his hand, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I can almost like start deploying my own threats now, you know. This is what I was...
Yeah, it's an Elishnorn and another Urborg, it looks like.
Such rough beats. So now I can probably start like... Yeah, as I said, deploy my own threats. Like this is what I was hoping to do when I was sideboarding, was just answer turn 1, 2, 3. Like he made a Dark Depths very quickly, and then he made another one very quickly. So it's lucky that I had the answers. Now I can start sort of relaxing and tapping 5 mana.
I think we're gonna see a hardcast Batterskull, which is really cute.
Oh yeah,
I quite like it.
Who even needs a Stoneforge? Alright, I'm making a germ, putting down a Batterskull, saying go. This is, I think I'm actually completely vulnerable here, but it doesn't seem like there's anything else he can draw.
Seems fine.
If he had the Dark Depths in hand and that Reanimate that he just pulled, then I'd be in a lot of trouble. But
well, not really, because you get a turn.
Yeah, sure. I definitely get a turn, but it would have been very lucky. But we're gonna see an Elishnorn and a Reanimate in hand with the Urborg as well. But
so a bit thin on anything else. But he does have a Strix on board.
It's true.
So that's a good death touch.
Oh yeah. Really utilising my card to his benefit.
He controls that card.
Yeah, that's sure.
Just because you own it doesn't mean you get to control it.
That's true. Swinging in, saying, "Would you like to trade?" He says, "Sure." And I go,
Poor
"Great,
Germ.
game for life." I think I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Just like getting rid of the Strix as soon as possible.
Especially following up with the Duress, it's fine.
I definitely took out my Fatal Pushes. So.
Yeah.
All right, really just rubbing that in, hitting them from all angles. So usually, like against control, when I've been playing Reanimator, it's just been like, do the squeak. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
So Frank decides to declare what he's naming on cast.
Which is very unfortunate because, not that
I
would.
Respond to it.
I wouldn't do anything other than picking my Batterskull.
Because that's definitely what he's gonna name.
I mean, what else is he gonna name? I mean, he could name something that's in your deck, but no matter what, you just see that Pithing Needle, you're gonna return Batterskull to your hand.
Yeah,
so
it'd be really good if he had that turn 1 right with the 2 Wastelands. Like that's what Turbo Depths names most of the time. So.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
But because his deck's so diverse, like. Do you even name that? It depends on your hand, really.
Yeah. Well, I would have named Flood Strand just to just to get him. But we're seeing kind of slow rolling the getting there eventually. Having just one Batterskull is probably fine, but here we see the next Stoneforge Mystic deploying my.
But just imagine if you had a True Name Nemesis.
Exactly.
Like how good would that be right now? Like you could cast it the next turn. You could equip the Batterskull to it. Like
you can't equip the Batterskull to it now.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah. Let's try it, Sasha.
Well, yeah, but like before when you initially played the Batterskull, like you could be in.
Well, you could have played the True Name on the turn where you had 4 mana up and all you did was Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Just imagine.
I mean, look.
Just wait. Just take a second.
You guys aren't
just
wrong.
Wait. Hold on. Just take a second. Just imagine. All right.
I'm thinking.
We're good.
Okay. Cool.
So you've played a Jit. Well, you've fetched up a Jit, and I assume you're casting.
Yeah,
he's
casted already.
And then equipping. All right. Yeah.
That's
a thing you can do.
Yep.
That's how you
6
play
mana,
Magic.
make a bloody giant germ. This germ's not afraid.
That's like pandemic level germ right now.
Oh yeah.
Riding a Batterskull, holding a Jite.
That's it.
Can you imagine?
Let's just think about it.
What if that was on a True Name?
What happens if that was on a True Name?
Oh my gosh, the True Name.
True Name, like riding a Batterskull, holding a Jit, like that's the dream right there.
He's already holding a sword, isn't he? It's like too many things.
Too many.
Dude, he can double wield if he wants to.
It's true.
I'm
not going to take that away from him.
I really like the visual of 12 bone saws on a Emrakul. On each tentacle, like who knows what the heck this Emrakul's going to do now.
Maybe if you share that Emrakul between 3 decks, Angus, because you can only have 4 bone saws in your deck.
I'm obviously playing a very large game of Magic.
Okay.
You're playing that game that's like start another game of Magic underneath the table.
Yeah, Frank, not much happening on Frank's side again. We see another Lotus Petal come down.
And I think surgical.
Just for the rough beats, like that's completely unnecessary.
What are you surgicaling?
I think it's probably...
I think it's the Dark Depths.
Ooh, Dark Depths? Okay. I mean...
that makes sense, right?
You can reanimate... we can see the reanimation on Vampire Hexmage again, getting back the Dark Depths, like...
But also just like, it's hard for you to deal with a 2020 flyer.
Yeah.
Because all your threats are on the ground.
Absolutely.
Imagine if you equipped it to a Belfstrix.
Yeah. Well, I think we're kind of okay from here. Like taking one part of his combo, it actually turns off his other half of his combo as well. Like now his Vampire Hexmages and Thespian stages don't do anything, which is
Can you hardcast that Lichnon? Is it 2 white?
That's 2 white. Yeah.
Yeah. He has a Dark Writ and 4
my God.
land and 2 Lotus Petals.
Frank, hardcast the Elishnorn. Make the Batterskull a 2/2, measly 2/2.
2 white, 1, 2, 3, 4,
and 5 with the Dark Ritual.
With the Dark.
Well, he doesn't need it then.
Or he can play the other Herbal. Yeah.
There you go.
You can 100% hardcast Elishnorn.
There's a line for you.
Oh my God, is my hand's empty as well. Neither of us saw this line. Oh my God. That would have been insane.
That would have been great.
That's the thing as well, like I've seen, I saw this on Play on Modo a little bit, and there was a lot of like turn 1 or 2 hardcast Grave Titan. Like, that's a fun time.
I've just noticed that you've gained a lot of life. That's a definite thing that's happened.
Yeah,
I assume you removed some counters from
you definitely saw the line with Grave Titan. We're seeing Grave Titan come down here with the help of our Dark Ritual friend. This is the special promo art from Buybox. I'm not 100% sure, but he's bringing down those. This is where it starts getting interesting because I have to answer this now.
Yeah, 100%.
He can if he kills the Batterskull with his Death Toucher, then I can't use it anymore.
Is that a jet? Oh, of course you draw a Jace. Of course you.
All the threats.
Of course you top deck a Jace.
All the threats.
Like, worst sideboard ever. Top decks nonsense every time.
Yeah.
Top deck's the one Jace.
Top deck's the one Jace that you left in.
This is so much better than True Name Nemesis, guys.
Yeah.
Imagine if you quit Jitte to Jace.
This is an interesting sort of conundrum that I'm now in because.
What do you do?
Well,
I think you snap bounce the.
Yeah, but do you? Like, this is the thing. Like, he has 6 mana open. He can just cast it again. My hand is empty, and he gets 2 more zombies for the fun, for the privilege.
That's fine because you've swung with your Batterskull, and then you kill his zombies, and then you bounce it again next turn, and then he has no mana or 4 mana.
Okay, it's definitely a reasonable play. I think at this point, I'm just trying to search for answers because I much prefer to have him gain 6 life from another Swords to Plowshares than I would just bouncing it and giving him 2 more zombies. Like, I mean, he's getting 2 more zombies anyway by attacking. So
yeah, that's fair.
It's still my turn though, and I still have a combat step. So the consideration here is that if I bounce it, then we're in a pretty good position. I can kill a zombie and
you snap surgically.
Snap swords. Okay, yeah, so swords that's much better. So that was the brainstorm from the Jace. So we're feeling pretty good right now.
I guess that's the other thing. You had the brainstorm on the Jace. I was just thinking what the line was with Jace. If you bounce the Grave Titan, swung him with the Batterskull, but assuming I don't know whether he would block with both zombies. Which he does.
Double block is actually like I really like that. I really like that as a play.
Yeah. And you can't do anything with Batterskull now. It's just a dead card.
Oh my God! Could you imagine the blowout if he played Elishnorn right now? Like. He has the mana if he still has the mana if he puts that Urborg down, taps his other Urborg.
I just don't think he sees it. I don't think he sees the white mana.
It's so unlucky because that's my board wiped.
Yeah, board wipe. Like it gets bounced, but who cares?
And then he has an Elishnorn and it's
he's gonna kill one. Yeah, so he's killing the Stoneforge, and then duressing me, I suppose. I think he's actually opting to go all 3 modes, which is like fine, but my hand is not exactly ideal. I can't believe there's the line of them casting Elishnorn. I mean, it means that he'd lose both of his Lotus Petals and he'd be exposed to any sort of counter spell. But
well, the Elishnorn would get bounced in your turn, and then he can't cast it again at all.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, what like the Jace coming down was just.
Oh yeah.
So now that
Yeah,
the Jace
the
is
thing.
down, the Elish Norn is a lot worse.
But it does wipe the board.
So
So
maybe-
it buys him time.
Maybe
Yeah,
he saw
definitely.
the line. Maybe he was holding off a little bit until he saw my hand first. But now the Jace has come down. It's just so hard for a Reanimator deck to beat
Yeah.
Jace, like
Yeah.
resolve Jace. Like I have to bring in Pithing Needles to name Jace, you know, because once the resolved thing comes down, I play one creature and say go, and he goes, all right, bounce it and then
Yeah.
kill you. So like, this is very difficult
Ooh.
for him.
You
One card in
proactively,
hand.
surgically.
Yeah, because otherwise he takes the surgical, so
Oh,
I
yeah,
may as well
fair.
cast it.
Oh,
yeah.
it's this still in the middle of resolution.
Yeah, so he's resolved it. I've asked for the targets, and
Take reanimate.
yeah, like what do you take? I
Take
get
Elish Norn, fair enough.
Elish Norn seems reasonable. I mean, it's kind of sucks, but if he rips the Exhume off the top, it's like very hard.
Yeah.
True.
But
Does he play any more Elish Norns?
no,
I guess you get to see what else is.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen his deck already once, so it's not really too much of a
I
hassle.
just want to look through it. I just want to shuffle all the good cards to the bottom.
Yep.
Which
That's
is
it. That's,
yeah.
that's the.
That's how you win.
the
That's,
tech.
that's the real
That's the
tech
secret
here.
tech. No,
It's
don't cheat.
stacking your
Don't,
opponent's deck.
don't
Old stacks his opponent's deck
The,
and
the worst way.
Oh dear. Yeah. So it's kind of sad beats right now because it's gonna be really hard for Frank to come back from this. Like if he rips another Pithing Needle and he gets Entomb Reanimate in the next turn. Actually, I'm not
No, I mean, all
posing
you,
too
all,
much of a threat right
I mean,
now.
you've
Right? It's just
got-
snappy.
well, you
You've
have
got
Jace on
Snapcaster,
board, so
yeah.
you get to draw a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you're gonna
Sure. So
you
we'll
win
start
the long
deploying
game.
more threats. Yeah.
you win the dirtly game.
That's true.
plus, like you equip that Jit, you strap that Jit to that Snapcaster Mage, and you just
pumping.
Swing your pump.
start going, and just always have that threat there, I guess.
Yeah.
Swing for 6 every turn.
This has been quite a while that we've been commentating, and our players are on 29 and 21 life. I just wanted to mention that. With the incredible amount of
Life gain.
life gain going on, it's not surprising. But
The 2020 doesn't even win him the game straight away.
yes.
Saying twice.
Exactly.
I remember
Really
playing
good.
against Brandon's like blue black
Depth Still.
depth still,
Yeah.
and I think he gained something like 80 life. He was on 80 life, and I still won the game.
Yes.
Like
You can just deck him.
that's
I
right.
think I ended up. I don't know
Crack
whether
his
I don't know
standstills,
whether
make him draw his cards.
I don't know whether I decked him or it was just a Sarah Avenger with a Battle Skull
Ah,
attack
yeah, fair.
equipped, but it was like
Ooh, that's
it
a
was
good
like
line,
swords, Caracas, swords, Flickerwisp, like all these answers, and he just had nothing left afterwards.
Just got to get Jitte with 20 counters on it, and then you're safe.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Speaking
exactly.
of attacking from all angles, DNT is just so good for that. Just being able to it seems
it's
that
very good
2020
against depth
Marillage
stacks.
is so bad against everything in your deck, right? As a DNT
Essentially,
player.
yeah.
Well, you have the removal for when it's down, and you have the removal to get rid of the dark depths.
I mean, a
and
lot of
Thespian Stage.
a
Yeah,
lot
exactly.
of turbo depths players think that it's like the hardest deck to play against because we worked it out. It's like one third of the deck or something like that plays just removal or an answer to
Yeah.
Marillage.
Yeah.
And which is 100% true. But A, I have to draw it. B, if he has that counter spell that I forget the name of it. If you control a creature with power greater than 7 or 10.
Not of this world.
Not of this world, yeah.
7 mana instant from Rise of the Eldrazi.
Yeah. Like it costs 7 less to cast if it targets a spell or ability that targets a creature you control with power 7 or greater. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's a really great answer.
I think if you're bringing in those and you're also bringing in that what was it, Rite of Consumption, the one in
the
black
Black Flame.
Yeah, Black Flame. That's sort of where you want to be. I mean, you can't you don't get priority until
Yeah.
you cast the card,
Yeah.
so the thing's already done. But
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
fine.
it's very hard. It's very hard. I do remember watching you play a lands match where against O'Rourke, where I went for nearly 100 years.
Yes.
And
Definitely
it was a
felt like
league
that.
match, so there was no time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
and
think it went
was,
for like over an hour. It was like an hour and a half or something.
it went over, at least over an hour.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
The store was closing.
It was one of those. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll beat you quickly, and then next minute I like win, and then he forgets to bring in answers to rest in peace,
Oh my god.
and then the next game I deck him.
Oh my god.
What did he say when he He was making his.
He was making his Merit Large, and he asked me. He said, "If you have like 2 Flicker Wisps, I'll just concede." And I just showed him my hand of Flicker Wisp, Swords of Parshas. And he just like straight up off with the hand. And I was just
see
like,
you later.
it was a league match, so you know it didn't really matter. But I was like, I have the answer to your next, whatever, like 3.
Even a competitive
Merit Larges.
RL, you can show your opponent the cards.
You can show anyone.
If you want to be a
But,
bad sport,
but
you
I
can
think
be
I
like,
think
"Nah."
if they say if you show me this, I'll concede. It's like
Oh yeah,
collusion,
sure,
maybe.
Sure.
Anyways, what's happening here? So Snapcaster's just getting in.
Snapcaster's doing his
Jace is
thing.
ticking up.
It is the
Yeah.
exact same board set we had before.
Yeah,
You just stop swinging.
which
at
is
some
why
point so that you
we've
can-
gone on a bit of a
Yeah.
tangent. I
Except
guess.
we did see a Entomb come down, and I said no. So
No.
unfortunately, yeah. Now I'm like commanding such a lead with the. Oh, here we go. So
You counterspell a Hex Mage. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it seems. Yeah, it's fine.
That one
Like, what else does he
counterspelling
have,
that,
really?
like,
Yeah,
how
exactly.
good is it?
Get him. Absolutely get him. No, it's just the supreme power of brainstorm. Jace. Like,
Jace is
why would you
just.
ever want to fate seal?
I feel like you should stop swinging just so you can win by ultimating Jace.
Jace is like the.
I just want
ultimate-
it so bad. You get such an advantage from
It's
brainstorming.
the gentleman's way to win.
The gentleman's way to win.
Gentleman's way.
Let them build up their hand out of.
If you would, if you
No,
would
he
tell
keeps playing
me,
his cards, so whatever.
if you would tell me that you were going to win by ulting Jace instead of swinging, I would just 100% scoop. I'm not waiting for that. I'm not waiting for that.
The gentleman scoop.
Gentleman's scoop. I ain't no gentleman.
Yeah, that's right.
He plays into the royal and bounces it back to your hand. Keep ultimate. Keep going.
So we had.
Something's disconnecting.
Snapcaster
It's not the
Mage.
Mark the Mark French
Snapcaster
line.
Mage swinging, but this time Snapcaster Mage was swinging and using the Jit power. So, here we go. A little bit of bad beats. Okay, so he played the Entomb, and then I said, "All right, pay 2," and he's like, "Okay." Then I hardcast Force of Will, and then he offers a hand. So
Yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles.
I get impatient. That's why I play such fast decks, because I just want to like not have to do this. Like have matches that last longer than 10 minutes. So boring.
But you played it quite well. Like even that second game was.
Yeah, you did good.
It was a lot more, I think, thought intensive than the first game. The first game was just like,
yeah.
dude.
It was very, I was so lucky that I like snatched away that first game, because you can see like Frank going from like 2 different angles. Like it was just would have been so hard for me to come back from that. Like it was pretty lucky that you see Frank siding out a land.
I would say, did you take out a land?
All right, well,
Sure.
Yeah, he sided in some hand disruption and sided out some win cons. So like.
And Angus sided in all the cards.
I mean, what you sign in is correct as well, so I think that's fine. Did we see a spell pierce come down?
Yeah,
at the end.
very
At the
end.
end. Oh, right, yeah, that's it.
Alright,
That was a good game.
Yeah, good game, and stay tuned, like and subscribe. Keep watching our videos, and see you guys next time.